crap! My car's on fire! Get everything out! Get everything out!
It happens just this fast. When my brother was a rural deputy in Kansas, I went out for a week, actually Easter week, during the times of troubles, and we were taking a prisoner to jail in the next county north, where the jail was. This county was so small that they didn't have their own jail. They had 3 deputies and the undersheriff and the sheriff, so it wasn't that big. Anyway, a deer came out of nowhere just this fast. I don't have the footage anymore, sadly. It did destroy a Crown Victoria, and I didn't get hurt, but I don't have the footage anymore, sadly. Let me see if my brother has it when I talk to him next. But it happens just this fast. Let me talk about the call some more. We were we were on K1 at the south end of K1 on the state-county border taking some pictures. And then we got back in the patrol car and we were, cruising north on K1. We hear the ambulance get toned out, so because my brother is my brother has advanced first aid from being in the Army and being a personal protector of high-ranking officers. You get more training when he was in the Army. He's responding to the call to see if he could assist medically. Well, we're barreling up K1, and honest to God, 125 miles an hour, as fast as that Crown Vic could go. And we got the siren on, and we crest a small rise, and at the Four Corners, and Farmer John is at the stop sign. It's a 4-way stop, and he looks to his right at us, and pulls right out in front of us. So my brother didn't panic. We just kind of swung behind him, and we had our foot in it still until we get into town, kill the siren, and get to the call. Well, it turns out to be a husband had shoved his wife when she was screaming at him, is the story that they both said. So in Kansas, he admitted it, he gets hooked up. So we hooked him up and we got him in the car. Well, as we got him in the car and we're getting ready to take him to the station to get the paperwork done and take his statement, Farmer John drives by, and all he says to my brother, "I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened." And we laughed it off. He was so embarrassed. I bet the guy peed his pants. So anyway, we get to the station, the sheriff's office, which is a little converted church. It's not that big, and we're us and the other deputy on duty is inside with the guy, and we have him cuffed. I mean, I can almost say we uncuffed him because we knew who he was. But anyway, we're going to take him to the county jail west in the next county west. Well, the wife came into the foyer and was yelling and screaming, and she wouldn't leave. So my brother went out, and I went with him, and he told her, if you don't stop this, I'm going to arrest you for disturbing the peace. Well, she started to pull the posters off the wall, so my brother hooked her up right there and arrested her for disturbing the peace, destroying county property, and vandalism. So us and the other deputy decided that we would take the female to the county north because my brother had rigged up an 8mm Sony movie camera as a dash cam, so we would be more protected for our own safety, and then he would take the husband to the jail west of us, and they'd each get individually booked on their charges. And that's why we were taking the female to the county north. And we had just crossed the county line when we hit the deer. Well, we pulled off and we called it in, and I got out with my video camera and I'm taking pictures, and I have film of her laughing and talking and all this stuff. Well, remember, she took a face plant into the screen, and later she sued the county saying that she was injured in the accident. Well, I've got film of her not acting very injured, and when my brother let the county insurance carrier know that, we had film that it's not so, so suddenly there is no more lawsuit. Now, I looked to sue the county because I wanted my sick leave reimbursed. I didn't want costs or damages or none of that nonsense. I just wanted my sick leave paid for. And it turns out that Kansas is a no-fault insurance state. And Kansas law says, because I drove to Kansas, that my insurance covers my own injuries. Well, California insurance doesn't look at it like that. And they wouldn't cover me. And so I called an attorney and I explained everything to him, and he had his crew look it up, and I think it was as much for professional curiosity. And he came back and the next day and said, you have to sue, I have to sue my brother personally for negligence. And no, that's not going to happen. So I will say it was the night before I headed back to California, and it was a challenge balancing a 100-ounce soda and driving one-handed and not spill everything. Anyway, we were in the restaurant having breakfast, just me and my brother, and even the waitress came up and said, yeah, we heard what happened last night. Well, a couple of days earlier, and this is how much wildlife is out there, we were cruising along, and it was dark. It was 9 or 10 at night. We were on till midnight, and a bobcat ran out in front of us, and we kind of we didn't nail him, but we got him with the corner, and we pulled over, and my brother got the AR-15 out. I mean, we weren't going to let this animal suffer. Well, the animal was long gone, so there was a considerable amount of wildlife out there in goddamn rural Kansas. Now, there was something else I was going to add to this. Oh, the couple. The next day, somehow they're transported back to the county, and in the courthouse, I guess there's like a judge's office or something. Look, it's not that busy. The county's about 1,000 people. It's not like they hold court every day. Oh, sorry. And they had a little talk, and charges weren't filed, and I think I'm bothering somebody. Let me finish.